Yo, welcome back into the Dynasty BS Listener Leagues draft. We are laughing because this is our third time we're recording this because we just recorded it again. And I literally had my queue up for the players I wanted to draft, and I don't feel like getting friggin' sniped. So we are now recording this yet again. So let's go. We are doing picks 204 all the way through the, 208?
209. 209.
All right.
I think.
So,
No, 208. You're right. 208. My fault.
so we got some blockbuster deals going on here. We got Bismarck at the 204 goes and says, I'm going to make this joke for the third time. He's going to go and say, hey, yo, let's go, Sun God. Let's just be friends. Will you just be my friend? And then he gets him. And then he looks at Sun God and says, you know what? This twosome's great. We actually need a threesome. And we're going to go out there and say, let's just be friends with Puka Nakua. So we're going to go trade up all the way to the 205, and we're going to get Puka Nakua. And we're going to start this draft with three cornerstone pieces. He's going to say, Lamar Jackson, Sun God, and Puka, let's all go win this league. And you know what? There's some other mega teams being built out there that are building around running backs and some key pieces. Let's go say, hey, us running backs are still better, or our wide receivers are still better than you running backs. So anyway, I'm not making a stance on which one was better, but I just think it's fun. Man, Bismarck, he gave up. Let me read this trade again. It was the 20. All right, so he gets the 205, gives up his 905, and you dumbass gets the 409, the 704, and his 2025 first. Before you get going, Smitty, all I gotta say is that's messed up, Bismarck 61. I thought we had a deal. I thought it was tradition that I get your first round pick. Now I gotta go friggin' just pry your first round pick off of you, dumbass, just so I can make sure I have it. Even though I know it's gonna be the 110, the 111, the 112 probably. But the reality is, I thought we had a tradition. So Smitty, boom, what you got on this?
B Mark 61 has Lamar Action Jackson, Amon Ross, Sun God St. Brown, and Puka Nakua. That is a terrifying trio. Are you kidding me? And the way he effed off his first round pick in the 2025 draft, he what he did with that was he ended up getting a quiet cornerstone. Like, people are kind of still to this day sleeping on the fact that Puka Nakua had a dominant rookie season to the point where it was possibly the best rookie season ever. For him to give up a first rounder in the future, especially the near future 2025, for Puka is an easy move for me, in my opinion. So, yeah, this team looks dominant, and you know what, B Marks, the way you like do the F them picks thing where you just say screw my liquidity, I want dogs. I see you having genuine success. Like, you are certainly in the playoffs, no question, based off the three plays you got. And then you might even go further. You might win the damn thing. If that's the case, I'm gonna call you Young Les Snead. Young Les Snead, because he's the only guy in the league that I respect who successfully did a F them picks. Of course, I love Les Snead. He got it done for us. So you're gonna get it done for your team. So shout out to Young Les Snead over here, B Marks.
You know, my jokes are getting worse the third time I say them. Yours are getting better. Like that Sneed. It's really growing on me, man. That is a great nickname for this dude because he evolved. But hey, this is why we have so many different philosophies. Good, inside this draft is man, we're all trying to play a game of chess right now, and it's really funny. Yes, I realize I'm on the clock for who's watching this. I'm working on some things. So that's why you keep seeing me look, on my phone right now, and I'm multitasking. By the way, if there's a pick that happens while I'm recording this, my bad. It will be by accident. So anyway, so we get that trade done. So what do you think about the three monster teams that are being built here? So we got Yancey, who's got Jalen Hurts. He's got Jamar Chase and Brees Hall. You got Tyler KC, who's built very similar with AR-15, Justin Jefferson at the 110, and Bijan, which he drafted at the 201. So how do you think the three mega monsters through two rounds are being built right now?
Can I be honest? So, out of the group, I probably like Tyler Casey's the most as of right now because I adore AR, especially Shane Steichen. I B-Rob. I mean, I previously called him 408 because he is exactly what I want out of a running back. And he gets to pair that with the best wide receiver in the league, Justin Jefferson. As of right now, I prefer Tyler Casey's team, but freaking young Les Snead, what he gets to do that the other two cannot is he still gets an upcoming pick in the third round. Like, B Marks can still get himself if he wanted to. And I'm not even gonna say it. All I'm gonna say is B Marks is gonna have the team to beat, in my opinion. He's gonna be the target. Hey, look, ladies and gentlemen, I have now officially put a hit out on B Marks. Guys, we need to take this son bitch down because this team is about to be scary. Because that 304 is coming soon, and he has a beautiful amount of options at that pick. I don't like it. It's terrifying. It's too much.
So how I build a team, I look at these and I agree. I said Lamar Jackson was the best pick of the first round. Then you go put two elite wide receivers on the squad. And for how I usually build, I sit back and I say, this is going to be a fun team. This is going to be a fun team. I don't have as much fun when I have the cornerstone running back. It's nice. It's nice. It feels great. But I also feel like it's just more fun to me to have the receivers. But I'm not saying anyone's better or worse on this one. It's just going to be really fun to see where we're at on both of these builds through like round 7 or 8. That's going to be the one.
Oh, for sure. That's where it's going to talk. Yeah.
So that's going to be cool. So 9-inch Bluff. Then he goes out right after that on the 206, and he goes and gets K1. Now, this is something this is why I like just how things shake it up. So he also has the 101 right now. Now this affects possibly a thought process of what Smitty thought he was going to get the 202 if possibly K1 gets stacked with, with whomever's drafted there, or he does Caleb Williams, or I just like this. So it just threw some different thought process into the 102. Smitty, what's your thoughts on that one? And everyone knows that I'm a very pro K1 guy. I believe he will be a top 3 quarterback this year.
Yeah, and I'm kind of like right there with you. I think for Kyler Murray to fall into the second round rather consistently during the this particular offseason is a mistake. Is a mistake. I think the Cardinals are set up to have a fantastic 2024. With that being the case, the flexibility, y'all. There's only in this current draft, there's only been 3 picks drafted from the 2024 draft class. Only 3. What 9-inch Bluff is doing in particular is why it's incredibly fun to have the flexibility of these draft picks because he has the 101. He have, according to the Weekend in the show The Idol, he has carte blanche of who the hell he wants in this draft class. He can punt the quarterback position and get the receiver. He can say, no, I want the quarterback position. The flexibility is everything for him. And unfortunately, because I have the 102, I really have to, follow suit to what homie does. And that's a lot of power. So I'm just trying to promote the idea of considering to draft the draft picks in the startup because the flexibility is everything. And it officially has thrown a wrench into what I'm going to do when I get another pick. So hats off to you, 9-inch Bluff. That's a tough one.
And the cool thing to me, though, is you still get to control your roster construction because you have an idea of what it's going to be there, and you can draft accordingly now that there's a possibility you have to pivot that you didn't have until he drafted K1 there. I think it's just a really backdoor way of possibly getting a generational stack. And let's stay on the Cardinals because Joe Song, man, he's flexing. He's flexing them tight ends. Goes out and says, you know what? I listened to the Dynasty BS show. They have 2 tight ends in a tier of their own, even though there are some other good ones in there. He says, I'm going to go do Sam Laporta, Trey McBride, and y'all are going to have to come through these 2 monsters in a tight end premium league. What's your thoughts?
Joe Sung, at this point, drafting Sam Laporta and Trey McBride, he tells me that he is very familiar with the 1.75 Titan Premium settings. I gotta be honest, my first experience with Titan Premium was last year, so I have an idea of what dominant Titans can do. This man full on knows to where he feels confident to draft these two boys over quarterbacks, over receivers, over running backs, over flexible draft picks. And for him to be very confident in that should really let the whole league know that he's not playing around. And I'm officially shivering. It's scary. It's a little scary.
Sorry, I'm in the middle of actually DMing Joe Song right now as we're talking about Joe Song right now. So I apologize that my ADD is a little bit. Let me finish this up here. Keep talking, Smitty.
I know you're good. It's just I mean, we when we were doing our rankings, which is one of my favorite things that we ever did, because we came together to figure that out. And when we were doing our rankings, it was very clear, obvious, and apparent that Sam Laporta was tied in one, the Johnny Greenwood of that situation, and Trey McBride is the second best, right? And the
Hmm.
thing is, Trey McBride's ceiling, especially with the 2024 Cardinals that I am imagining, could be higher. So this is a terrifying start for Joe Sunk. And by terrifying, I mean terrifying for the other 11 teams who are not
Yep.
Joe Sunk 81.
Yeah. No, he's man. That's like having two Arnold Schwarzeneggers, two Terminators.
Right.
I mean, you're like RoboCop and Terminator, or like Godzilla and friggin'
King Kong.
King Kong. Thank you. I mean, it's like, dude, it's scary as hell, dude. That's what
Our
we're gonna
cities are
nickname
not
his
safe.
team. The Godzilla versus King Kong. Like that movie is now his team, dude. Like he doesn't matter who wins, he's going for it. Oh, that's solid. So Justin Herbert, Bryce, CeeDee Lamb, gift from God, falls in, little angel. You know, that just says, oh, this good quarterback doesn't have any weapons, so instead of being a mid first round pick, we're gonna give him a 4 round discount to the 208. Um, look at Smitty, let's play a game as before I
Hmm.
answer this. So let's say Kyler Murray doesn't get a wide receiver that's named. He doesn't get Neighbors, he doesn't get Marv, and he doesn't get Ajunze. They trade back and he gets Brian Thomas or he gets Xavier Worthy. Um, let's say Justin Herbert gets one of those three: Marv, Neighbors, or um, Roman. So does that immediately change and make that an even more incredible value at 208?
Oh, absolutely. In fact, if I'm looking at this draft board right now, um, if everything you just mentioned was the case, and he does get a top wide receiver in this class, which is pretty likely, um, I would have him above Love at that point. So, yeah, this is screaming value for Bryce T. And congratulations, man! You picked up the fallen soldier.
So if he gets one of those elite guys, and they get someone in the second round, or get someone in free agency, or get somebody, through trade, I'm still going to be ranking him above A-Rich probably at that point then. But I mean, we're splitting hairs now. We're talking about just how you want to build. If you want a running quarterback or a passing one. So I think that's just deep value. I'm just curious, Bryce. I'm curious who else you were considering there outside of Justin Herbert. Maybe DM me and Smitty. Smitty and I were kind of going back and forth off live recording on who we thought you were thinking about there, and I'm just curious if we were somewhat right. And do that whenever you want when you know it's not going to give away any secrets or anything like that. So, all right, anything else you want to say around where we got right now? Because we're behind a couple videos, and I'm on the clock and trying to do trades at the exact moment.
No, I think this was a kick-ass round. Honestly, I think everyone's doing a bang-up job this round. It's great.
Yep. All right, guys. We'll catch you all in a little bit. Cheers. Thanks for being patient on us having to record this 3 times. Cheers.